From the first day that I put my hands on this camera, I was like, wow.
Oh, it feels good in the hands.
Look how close it can focus. This is crazy.
Wow, can't see this. Really cinematic.
Man, this is perfect for recording myself.
I love it. Like, it's always in my bag.
I have my zoom here, my aperture here, my shutter speed here.
With this camera, I can use all my lenses in the bag.
Look how small it is. I have everything, man.
And the quality, it's insane.
Hello, привет, kalimera, ciao and bună, and welcome to our brand new Canon studio. My name is Kate, I'm a marketing professional here at Canon CE, and today, together with you, we're gonna be unveiling 2 new Canon cameras designed for content creators. Whether you're an influencer, a TikToker, a YouTuber, a podcaster, or a hybrid user, these 2 cameras deliver an outstanding performance in a compact size. Furthermore, with these 2 cameras, Canon is opening a completely new lineup of PowerShot EOS V series, making Canon your go-to brand for video content production. So your TikToks and Reels will surely go viral. But hold on, maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, so let me bring us to today's topic. First of all, I'm incredibly excited to introduce to you this new pocket-sized camera, PowerShot V1. This compact camera was designed with content creators and influencers in mind, allowing you to share your creative vision through photos and videos like a pro. And trust me, I can go rounds about this camera because I'm absolutely loving it. But don't just take my word for it, and let's pass over to Valentina, a content creator from Romania who's been testing a PowerShot V1 in her daily life.
I create because it feels right. I feel like it's a privilege in a way to just be able to connect with something bigger than myself. I strive to keep things flowing and supernatural. I feel like that's why I started creating content in the first place. It really came from a place in my heart that I just felt super misunderstood in a way. So I felt like I really needed to pour it out. And when I saw the feedback from all the people that were seeing my videos, I was like, wow, so I'm not the only one that's feeling this way. There's just something about talking to someone and catching like a glimpse of their smile or a reaction. It really inspires me. I expect my tool to be very intuitive. I love focusing on the creative process, so I'm really looking for something on the go, very compact, very light, something that I can grab out of my smallest bag and shoot a scene immediately.
Paris, je t'aime!
Paris has seen many versions of me, but never this one. I've got new friends,
This is for you.
new dreams, a new look, and of course, a new camera that I'm completely obsessed with. It's not just about capturing moments, it's about capturing me in this brand new chapter. I love how every frame feels so vibrant with the colors popping and everything just looking so dreamy even when I'm on the move. Especially when I'm rushing around the city, the stabilization makes my footage look super smooth and I love how it all comes together so effortlessly.
It was a moment. I was having a moment with the camera?
This camera helps me express myself in ways I generally didn't expect, transforming how I capture the world around me. And I hope it inspires you too, to embrace your own journey and the current version of you.
Hi, Valentina.
Hi, dear.
Super nice having you here in the studio.
I'm so happy to be here.
I had goosebumps when I was watching your video.
Really?
Like, I swear, I'm honest, and I'm really, really interested to ask you, like, how did you come up with an idea? What was your inspiration? So, yeah, everything you can tell me.
To be honest with you, I really just wanted to shoot something in Paris, but I didn't know what I wanted that thing to be. And then I realized, hey, wait, I haven't been to Paris in like years. I've changed so much since then. I would love to just like, I can't wait to get there and see how different I see this place right now.
When you have a camera in hand, it's a perfect tool for you to capture this moment.
Yeah,
to capture this moment of being present. And I just wanted to ask you about the PowerShot V1, yeah? I know you've been a Canon PowerShot G7X Mark 1 user,
Mark
right?
1, yes.
So it's a pretty old one.
Camera, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
So
old.
how's the transition going for you?
From the first day that I put my hands on this camera, I was like, wow.
Okay.
When I saw the footage, when I imported it on my laptop, I was like, wow, wait, this is actually better. Like, for the first time in years, like, wow. I might actually consider transitioning to this camera. And now, a few weeks later, I love it. Like, it's always in my bag.
Yeah.
I take it everywhere with me.
Right. It's so compact. It just like you take it, you put it into a purse.
And you don't even like, of course, it's like 2 times bigger, but I can still fit it in all of my bags.
Nice.
And I wear small bags.
Yeah, I know. When, especially when you go like on the night outs or somewhere.
I generally love it. It's so nice. So
Awesome.
nice.
I need one favorite feature of this camera.
Oof, that's hard.
Yeah, I know.
I would say the autofocus. It's like instant.
Spot on.
Eyes, I feel like my eyes
Yeah.
need more time
Yeah.
to focus than this
Yeah.
camera sometimes.
Horizontal or vertical?
Both. So I can choose.
All right.
I have to be honest.
Okay.
It's been vertical for a very, very long time. But a few months ago, I really started tapping into horizontal again, and I've been loving it. And I really love switching it up, you know? I can have a video with both formats, for example.
I need you to be honest here. How does shooting with PowerShot V1 compares towards shooting with your phone?
Honestly, I kind of forgot how it is to shoot with my phone because it made it so easy. It's basically like shooting with my phone in a way. The importing process is so easy. All you have to do is connect it to my app and that's it. And then I have my editing software on the go on my phone. So it's a very easy process. And the quality, of course, doesn't compare. Like, it's insane.
Damn, it's so good. It's like it's so crisp, it's sharp, it
Yeah,
has a
right?
personality,
I
and it
love
has
it.
something, you know,
Yeah,
something
and
that I
it
can
just-
grasp.
I feel like it just inspires me to create even more.
You know, like I love this compact size of this camera, right?
Yeah.
But at times, like it comes to me that I might want something else, something different, something with an interchangeable lens. And I think that's where our other camera comes in. I know you haven't had a chance to test it,
No, not
but we
yet.
gave it to another amazing creator, the kind of creator Marko from Serbia. So I would love us to see what he managed to do with the camera. Marko?
So far, I'm an inexhaustible source of inspiration. I know I have it in me, something that pushes me to create every single day, one way or another, through the music, through photography, through videos, to any kind of creativity. The most important part of my gear is, of course, my camera. As we see technology advancing further and further, it's great for creative people in order to match your creativity. Those two are going together so good.
Marko, welcome to the studio. I'm so excited to have you here because you had some time and you had an opportunity to test our newest EOS R50 V. You've created such a great piece of content.
I'm so glad that you liked the video because I did it in one breath, if I can say that. I did it in one night and I shot it during one day because I usually do festivals and it's a very hard pace and I edit everything for the next morning.
I wanted to ask you, how would you see Canon EOS R50 V to help you once you're shooting the festivals, and how can you use it there?
I would definitely try this camera at the festivals because it's so versatile. I'm doing the photos and the videos at the same time during the night. Yes, you heard it well. And editing everything for the next morning. So if I can get my backpack to be a little bit lighter, it's perfect because this camera can even imagine me carrying one camera on the strap on my neck, and this camera with this lens can fit my pocket. It's perfect that I can use all my RF lenses, and the best thing is that it has a vertical mount on the side, and the lens has a stabilization, so it's perfect.
I just noticed that you showed, and that's something that I absolutely love about this camera, that you mounted it like to be like this, you know, like in a vertical format. And it's something to me, like something you can tell me like a bit more about it because, wow, hold on, something I never seen.
There were few frames of me holding it like a true vlogger. When I attached my fisheye to this camera, I was really in love with the whole moment because I could get really wide shot of me and the background, and you put this on the very light stick, you know, and it doesn't bend. You can shoot whatever you want with it, and I maybe start liking the fact of filming myself.
I also noticed, like, so since this is an interchangeable lens camera, right? You can use different lenses with it. You had a chance to test our newest RFS 14 to 30 millimeters. Did you shoot the hyperlapse with it? How was it for you? And in general, like, how did the lens feel when you were shooting the hyperlapse?
I was shooting a hyperlapse, and as I was approaching, I noticed that I could not get close as I want for the last shot. I need last shot to be like very, very close. So I just stopped and I used like power zoom, click, 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 and I added like 50 more shots, all with power zoom.
Wow.
So there you have it.
There was one shot somewhere in the metro, right, that you shot it. It's something very personal and special for you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, just about it.
You remembered it. When I bought my first Canon back in 2006, 30D, one of the first serious photo shoots that I did for myself was in Vienna on that same train station that you saw in the beginning of the video. So now the circle is now complete.
So you yourself, you are a true professional, yeah? Why someone like you would go for EOS R50 V?
A month ago I was in Sri Lanka with my friend and I brought all my heavy gear with me. My backpack was like 45 kilos. So this camera with this lens and maybe one other lens from my backpack, it can fit in your pockets or like a small bag. It's you can really have a vacation and to have professional equipment with you. And I think most important thing is you can charge this camera with USB-C. With USB-C cable and external power bank. So you can charge it anywhere. You can charge it in a coffee shop, you can charge it in a bakery, you can charge it in a car. Imagine you're charging your camera in your car while you're driving and you're recording yourself while you're doing that. I mean, perfection.
I think it's a truly unique piece of equipment, and I'm really glad because it seems like you liked it, and I'm really glad to hear that. But to me, this piece is so unique that we had to give it to one more creator. So I'm inviting you and both of us to have a look at what our creator from Greece, Babis, who is more on a cinematic end, what he's done with the camera.
Let's have a look.
I believe creativity comes from the desire to express myself and communicate with others. I'm mostly inspired by the world around me, driving my car, listening to music, watching the nature around me and visualize my next project. The most important thing for me is like worry less about the gear you've got and create more. So I've never had a bad experience with Canon cameras. This camera, it's a piece of gear that can fit in your pocket, put it out and shoot straight what you're thinking or what your next shot will be. Just focus on the creative vision you've got and not worry about the gear, what lenses am I gonna put. Just put it out of your pocket, start shooting. That's it.
Tell me, do you hear it? That moment calling you, whispering, waiting. You can try to ignore it, but it only grows louder until you chase it. For us, filmmaking isn't just about capturing a story, it's about living it. Because before we frame the shot, before we press record, it has already captured us. No heavy setups, no endless gear, just a camera that fits in your pocket, letting us focus on what truly matters, the adventure, the story, the moments worth remembering. Passion and obsession, for us, there's no line between the two. Too cold, too far, too difficult. We embrace it all. Because this is what we do. And at the end of the day, it's never just about the shot. It's about the journey.
Babis, welcome to the studio.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, and it was even nicer to see the content that you shot.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed it.
It is amazing. I
you,
love
thank you.
that. It's so cinematic. It's so smooth. It's inspirational. Like, wow. It's just like, oh, wow. You know, it's like as if I watched like a little movie or something, like a mini film.
Not a movie, but okay. I thank you so much for your kind words. I really appreciate them because, you know, it's been a lot of work behind all this, from post-production to ideas to the inspiration and how we're going to film it, the locations, to find all the stuff in such a short time, which is really tricky for things like that. And I'm really happy you enjoy it. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, how did you come up with the idea for the voiceover, the story?
You know, every time I got a project to film, the first thing is like going into my saved inspirational folders through maybe Instagram or YouTube. And then I'm listening to music and I visualize the film with all the images and the inspiration I have from the web. And I started visualizing the piece. And then we have some location scouting. Then it just all, you know, you have a shot list and how everyone want to show the film, the final stage, and we get to the editing room. Editing is like the secret sauce on top of everything. 3 to 4 days, sometimes 5, because I go heavy on color and on sound design.
I spotted some really amazing shots there. I am wondering if you used the drone, or how did you got those, like the very
top downs.
Yeah, how did you do that?
So, you know, we took the camera and we took some tie-ups and tapes and kind of things, you know, something quick and manageable. And we mount this camera on a drone and we saw that it was stable and we put it out in the air and that was it. That was the story.
So you literally mounted this baby boy to drone, to fly.
Absolutely.
I mean, we probably should give a warning that it's a risky thing to do.
Yeah, it's a risky thing to do, but for sure everyone should try it. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, what is one favorite feature? And I know it's a tricky question, but one favorite feature of this camera.
I would say I have two. The first one could be not a feature because, it's obvious. It's the portability and the smaller factor. And the second one is I can find myself bringing this to set to film stuff of bigger production.
Nice.
And this feature that camera has, Canon log, is huge for me because you can pair it with bigger setups like my R5C, which also, of course, has a Canon log. So yeah, these two things I would say is my most favorite.
I'm gonna ask you one more question because I'm really curious. How'd you get from just starting out, from starting something from scratch, or just like taking your hobby finally serious, to like a professional level when you work with brands, or just like deliver a good cinematic quality? Like how this transition happens? Like what are the steps?
When you're starting filming things and one after the other, and everyone says, okay, I see you make videos. Come make one video for me. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. There's another. Then starting to thinking, wow, this hobby could make me some money. And then you start making some money. And then you think, okay, I should drop everything else. I can make some money. At some point, you're at a level you could not just imagine yourself 3 years ago. And I was an electrical engineer, and I was in a family business at this time, I think. And I give it all up to follow this dream. And now you're working with brands that you could only dream of. And, it's just a step at a time, put in the work, and someone is there watching, for sure.
It's so true. I think it's so important to just put yourself out there. Mm-hmm. And show up every time.
Always show up. Always show up.
Show up, and then it's
which is the most difficult, I think. Consistency. For me, it's the most difficult one to keep up with client work, with my work, with posting in all social media platforms. And I believe it's for all content creators or filmmakers out there the most difficult part. But consistency is the number one thing.
I think it's such a huge topic for so many creators out there. Mm-hmm. I really would like to talk to all of you guys who's been in the studio today, mm-hmm. and to see what are the challenges you all face and how you can overcome them, mm-hmm. to learn that together with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, welcome to the studio. Welcome all of you. It was such a pleasure to see all of you here. You each have your own unique style, your own unique story. And the way that you bring the story to life with the cameras, it's so inspiring to me. And I would like to hear some tips on content creation. Can you guys share probably the biggest challenge that comes within being a content creator or with creating content?
I think we discussed this earlier. The biggest challenge for me is consistency, to be consistent with my client work, with my personal work.
Yeah, I feel like I'm struggling with the same thing, mm-hmm. consistency. But at the end of the day, I think it's very important to just really deliver quality content,
yeah.
and accept the fact that you can be consistent at all times, especially in this industry. Content creators don't have a single job. There's so much effort and so many other jobs that go into mm-hmm, this thing, mm-hmm. and you have to blend so many different things. So I feel like it's impossible to be consistent, actually.
Yeah. You can't just post anything to your work,
That's the problem.
It has to be polished, it has to be your style, you have to like it. And the more you get better, the more difficult it is to be consistent, I think.
Of course, you create content because you love it, right? Because you're passionate about it. But it also includes the part of reaching the new audiences. So how would you do that? And how does the gear help you in that?
Yeah, I feel like for me, the most important thing is at the beginning and at the end of the day, to know my intentions and start from there. Just really connect with what I'm feeling during that day, whatever it is. I can wake up feeling great. I can wake up feeling horrible. Whatever it is, I just want to embrace that thing, because as soon as I do that and I accept it, it's very easy for me to put it into a piece of content.
But it's very important to have a gear that will not give you headaches, you know. when you need to edit immediately on the spot during the night, in the morning, after a long night of shooting, your gear gotta be something that you can rely on, you know. Like I count on you.
Same, I count on you.
All right, guys, I would love to thank you all. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming today to the studio. Thank you for all the amazing content that you created. And thank you everyone for watching us today. I would like to invite you to follow these amazing creators and stay in touch with us because there is so much more creative content coming from Canon. And the most important one, go down into the description and check the link to the video competition that we are currently running and make sure to take part and join us on the journey of becoming a content creator together with Canon.